Hey, you guys.
Child, today's episode was tiring.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Drinks the Day After, where you can do anything as long as you say it's sweet and pure. It's sweet and pure. We're not cheating. It's sweet and pure. You know what that reminds me of, you guys?
Sugar honey iced tea.
If you have no, for real though, the saying sweet and pure, there's this documentary on Netflix right now. Oh, about the FLDS. I watched that over the weekend. Stay sweet. Stay sweet and obey. Yes. Oh my goodness. That's exactly what I thought of when she said it's sweet and pure. No, honey, you sound like you in somebody's love cover. Exactly. Keep sweet. Yeah, that's how they used to how they said it, to keep sweet no matter what. Right. Hey, Amaya. Hey, Amaya. Got me twisted. Hey, Miss Queen Libra. Y'all, I laughed. She's sitting there trying to rationalize the Hope, and Hope is looking at her like, you silly bitch. Now I gotta go home and tell my husband, and you know he gonna tell his daddy and his brother gonna run go tell his mama, and your ass is gonna be in jeopardy, just like that time Pam tied you to a chair and poured honey on you and left you for a bear. See, nobody's coming. And that's the thing. See, Donna has isn't Donna the oldest Logan sister?
No, Brooke is.
Or is that Brooke?
She's the middle.
She's the middle. Okay. All right. So they all grown as hell, so it almost don't matter. The thing is, Donna actually has an ass whooping coming to her this time. Specifically because she knew, not just because she's a tramp who's screwing somebody else's husband, but because Quinn specifically told her what would happen to her if she caught her up to any funny business. And this is distinctively funny business, because the thing that tripped me out is, and this is the worst part about people like Donna and Eric. Donna it's already bad enough that she's doing this ish that she's doing right now. But now, because Hope has inadvertently discovered what she's doing, she's now trying to make her a co-conspirator or a party of her committing infidelity with helping Quinn's husband commit infidelity. You get somebody else all mixed up in your bullshit because you can't get your damn life together.
And that's to tear her apart.
And that's trash behavior, because it's like, you know what, you can't control what grown people do, but no, you can't be sitting up here putting your sins and making them other people's burden, because that's what this kind of thing becomes now once people find out what you're up to. Now, here's where it gets tricky. And Bridget, I'm thinking to myself, what if Hope decides to confide, and we ain't even seen them in the scene yet, but what if Hope decides to confide in Bridget? Maybe she overhears something about, Quinn being concerned about Eric's heart rate spiking, and Hope goes to Bridget and says something. I've been kind of tossing that around in my head, because we know Hope is not going to keep it to herself. No, she won't be able to. She does go and tell Liam, but maybe she figures that Liam would tell Wyatt and Wyatt would tell Quinn. So she got to tell somebody who ain't her mama what's going on. She can't tell Donna. Who else is she going to tell but Bridget?
Thomas.
That's actually a very good guess, because
hopefully Deacon used to be married to Quinn.
Well, see, but that's the thing. She wouldn't want to tell anybody who would feel bound to have to tell Quinn. Same reason telling Liam's a problem. Because if Liam knows, he gonna say it to Wyatt. Wyatt is not gonna keep that from his mama. Right.
She gonna tell it to her good girlfriend. That's the only friend that she got. We don't never see no girlfriend she go kick it with. So who else is it? It's Thomas.
Well, Quinn's supposed to be confiding in Wyatt coming up soon. So Wyatt is probably going to find out about Quinn's cheating husband or wayward husband, or how unhappy she is from Wyatt.
And it's going to be Thomas, because Thomas is fresh off of getting his head scalped over this whole damn Sheila secret. And not that he would feel that same kind of loyalty to Quinn, but they're not adverse to Quinn.
And but I think that they would be embarrassed that their grandfather is out here rolling around with yet another damn Logan while everybody else is out here still dragging his wife for having her affair. Like, how dare you? We still dragging this bitch, and you out here with the least Logan? Come on.
I know Rich was just dragging her earlier this week, last week.
Right. They still dragging Quinn and holding Eric to this high regard. So it's
Right.
not going to be Thomas. It can't be Thomas.
It's the fact that Donna is over there begging Hope. Like, Hope didn't just do that herself.
But Reginald, you know why she's doing that? Because it's sweet and it's pure.
It's sweet. Yes, it's sweet and it's pure. Anything that requires you to be in a hotel room away from the eyes of the world every time you meet is not that sweet, and it's showing the hell ain't pure, honey.
Correct.
Donna is too old for this shit.
And didn't Eric actually have nerve to ask her today that don't you want to go out to dinner or something?
Yes, he
You
did.
gonna take your hoe out in public?
She has no shame.
The restaurant at the club. Hold on, somebody trying to get in. I'm multitasking. I'm sorry, Reginald.
Queen Libra said she might tell Katie. I said she's gonna tell Thomas, and I'll tell y'all why when y'all finish. I'm just saying.
She ain't gonna tell Katie. I'm gonna put money on Bridget because Bridget is a doctor, and Bridget has already been brought into this storyline. Katie is still adjunct. She over here talking about worried about if Bill is sniffing up behind Brooke. Katie's busy worried about that. Bridget is already been brought into the storyline, and she's going to be torn because what did she tell Quinn today? You know why? I love the way that you care about my daddy.
Yep.
Bridget has been won. So Bridget is going to be torn. Wait a minute, daddy cheating with Donna on Quinn. That's why daddy heart rate been going off.
And notice Bridget was the one who, as soon as she started talking about high heart rates, she was the one who brought sex into the equation.
It might be, some other kind of physical activity.
But Quinn was quick, basically assured her that's not what it is. Me and your father still kind of have some issues, so I'm not screwing your daddy right now, and he's not screwing me, more or less.
Quinn, I feel so bad. Oh no, girl, it's not sex. It can't be sex because me and your daddy aren't having sex, so I know it's not that. So when she finds out that's exactly what it was, she's going to go through the roof. And Bridget is going to be upset too because you got this woman worrying me because you having a fucking affair with my auntie. She out here in these streets worried that you about to drop dead somewhere. Got me coming over to the big house. For what? Because your heart rate elevated because you out here riding Aunt Donna again? Dad, you know what? I hope Quinn take the damn mansion from you. I'm done.
It needs to be took.
I can say this right now. That whole scenario that you just laid out bores me to tears. I do not want to see a story where I have both Bridget and Hope fretting about the same damn secret. Somebody please pick me a casket. Pick me a casket. Pick me a beautiful casket because I will lay down in it before I watch a story with these two fretting about a secret. These two is almost the identical same character. Messy, but always the victim. Bridget has always been that way. I don't want to see these two in the same story. I cannot.
Well, I'm sorry, sis, but it looks like that's the way it's going because Bridget has been called in as the undercover health authority, and Hope is the witness. You got a witness and you got a subject matter expert.
And you got Donna over here pleading with her own niece not to tell Quinn, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to look in the mirror. I'm gonna need you to look in the mirror at yourself because you're basically looking back at yourself. Your niece did the same thing.
Though you saw how she defended herself. No, we're not having an affair. See, this is why I can't deal with people like her. What she's doing is clear what she's doing. She was called in her face for what she was doing, but she don't see it that way. So she's defending it as like, no, it's not like that.
It's exactly like that.
Exactly, and I don't want Quinn to break her kneecaps. I want Quinn to make her life miserable by making Eric's life miserable.
Exactly. And did you see how quick she was to say, well, no, don't say anything because I don't want to make Eric's life hard. No, Heifer, look here. Eric is making his life hard. Okay. Eric is only doing two things hard right now. He's making his life hard and he's getting his little wrinkle pickled hard for you. That's the only two hard things Eric Forrester is worried about right now. Okay. He's cheating on his wife. And anything done in the dark eventually comes to light. And that's the part that pisses me off the most about this, is that Donna, in her quest to have what she wants, she just wants the status quo to continue. You saw how she was with Eric today. I'm happy with just this, Eric. So Eric can call her anytime, a day, night, any weekday, any one of the 7 days of the week. And she'll be there with her legs open and a bottle of honey in hand. And this can just go on indefinitely as far as she's concerned. And that is what is the most tacky, trifling part about it. Okay.
That's what I was saying from the very beginning of this whole storyline. It's like, it's so disgusting. They're painting out side chicks and whores, you know, women that wives and girlfriends do not abide. Wives and girlfriends do not find anything endearing about side chicks and whores. We don't. But they want to build this up. Donna sleeping with a married woman's husband, this married woman that is being faithful and throwing everything she got into saving her marriage. And Donna is over here licking honey off of him in lingerie, talking about all she wants is his just this time that they can spend together. So of course, this is some male fantasy. He's got real life, a wife, a job, and all the stress that goes along with those things. And then he has this escape hatch that he can go into that little oasis and lose himself from reality for an hour. That's disgusting. That's the ultimate male fantasy. That's not what we are built for, to serve y'all as wives on one side and your whore in the bedroom on the other. But that's what they're actually writing for Eric Forrester. That's why he must pay.
It's the fact that Hope was standing outside the door. Do y'all know how to close the door? Then here go Hope opening the door when Eric leaves. I'm just like, ma'am, where did you even come from? Like, go somewhere.
Oh, wow, that judgmental energy she came in.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. Exactly. I ain't got. Normally, judgmental Hope pisses me off, but I ain't had nothing to say about it today because she was in the presence of two people who desperately needed to be judged.
That was called deflection. She was deflecting on how she felt.
Eric had done left. Eric was gone. Eric had done left Donna's old trifling nasty behind. So I wonder if they had sex before the pillow fight.
Probably.
Eric booked real fast, and then here go Hope. Oh, Auntie, what do you think you're doing? He's married. Here go Donna. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Man, you know exactly what you mean.
With her bubble, I swear for Lord, because here's the thing. Everybody is a hypocrite in the soap opera universe. That's the truth. Everyone's a hypocrite when it comes down to themselves. Because, hey, what I can do, but that doesn't necessarily mean other people can do it. But my thing is this. If this degenerates into a kind of a mess where you have basically everybody under the sun, except for Quinn, finding out what Eric is going up to. Because the thing is, this is like a boat with a leak in it. When you're in the middle of the ocean and there's no land in sight. As long as there was no leak in this little nasty honey dipped affair and they could keep it contained to that room and out of other people's sight, there was literally no chance of them being caught aside from Quinn having this concern about the ring. Technically, her calling Bridget actually saved Eric's ass because Bridget was able to, allay her fears based on what she was saying. That, yeah, having an increased heart rate is something to look at, but it's not something to be super concerned with. So Bridget actually inadvertently was basically almost neutralizing the threat of the Fitbit ring by, giving Quinn a doctor's opinion. But now that Hope has seen this foolishness, the boat has sprung a leak because Donna's asking Hope to keep her mouth shut and not say anything to Quinn or Brooke. That's very specific. She did not say don't say nothing to nobody, which is what a person with sense would have said. Donna really is a stupid blonde sometimes. She's saying don't say anything to Quinn or Brooke. Okay, fine. Hope may very well do what you asked her to do, but that doesn't mean she won't mention it to anybody else. And once she mentions it to somebody else, it's only a matter of time before the whole damn forest of creations knows about it.
Child, she gonna go home after seeing Donna. Liam, look what I saw today. My auntie's sleeping around with Eric. Huh?
See, that's the thing. I have to agree with Bubbles on this. Normally, I would say yes, Liam would be her beeline person to go to. But the problem is because Quinn is Liam's brother's mama, that's a problem. Because think about it, Liam's a jerk, but Liam likes to believe he's a good person too. I don't think Liam could know that Eric is cheating on Quinn and then still be around Wyatt and keep his mouth shut. I don't think he'd be able to. I mean, let's be honest. Lope usually can't hold ice water on their chest as a couple.
Unless she goes straight to Ridge.
No, she's not gonna do that either. She's not. She's gonna want to say it to somebody. She's gonna want to say it to somebody so she can get it off her chest. I'm really hoping to see the new spoilers probably tomorrow. I would guess tomorrow or Thursday to see who's mentioned in the spoilers for next week. Because Hope is going to be telling somebody. I just really don't think it. I really do not think that it's going to be Liam. My money is
hopefully it's Carter.
That would be too convenient. That would be too
fun because
Zende.
All you talk about Bridget and Hope has got me almost going to damn sleep. And I love Bridget. Well, I won't say I love Bridget. Let's take her enough.
Who's going with who?
I like Bridget enough. But
so Sam wants it to be Carter.
She
Darla and Bubbles is going with who?
I'm going with Bridget.
I'm with Bubbles on this one. I'm going with Bridget.
And who you going with, Reginald?
It could be Zende because he really.
Who the hell is gonna be Zende?
It could be
somewhere with Paris' mama trying to beat damn Grace off. Nothing else. That woman is on him. You need to change your mind and tell me.
So y'all want to know who she gonna tell for real though? Katie.
That's what Queen Lieber was saying. I think it's still gonna be Thomas. So I'm gonna say Thomas, and I'll be the long one.
Thomas because she's not going because it's a Logan doing it, so she's gonna be trying to protect Donna.
I'm gonna say Bridget first because she is probably going to be aware that Bridget knows that Queen is concerned about Eric's heart. Katie, but Katie, like I said, is still out here worried about whether or not Bill is chasing Brooke.
And not only that, we don't even know if Katie is written in the script that much. She could have been on a drive back.
She gonna be. Catherine is out on her. Catherine is doing light duty. I can assure you, we're gonna be seeing more Katie.
But I'm gonna tell you why I also believe it's Bridget. I'm gonna take y'all all the way back to that time. She wasn't even on the Bowl Live that night. Ashley Jones. I don't know if y'all remember me telling y'all this. Ashley Jones came on Casey's Instagram Live after show, and she was drinking wine. And this ain't the first time. I love her to pieces, and I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that, like Hope, I've noticed patterns with Miss Jones. And anytime Miss Jones is drinking that red wine gets her mouth loosey-goosey. And she said, I have seen, what do they call it? I've seen outlines way into June, and she had some emoji. And then Krista Allen came in and said, oh, I'm going to have to contact my agent. She saw the outlines. I haven't seen anything that far out. And so maybe, I don't know, because of the change with the thing that happened with Catherine, they maybe didn't have anything planned for Krista that far out like they did Ashley, because Ashley is also in Georgia shooting something else. So they got to work with her because she's working 2 different schedules. It's going to be Bridget. It's going to be Bridget based on Ashley telling everybody months ago that Bridget was going to be involved in this storyline in June. Ain't it June?
Mm-hmm.
June.
It's this story because they're not dropping her nothing else.
In June too.
And the thing and here's the thing that's really kicks about that is this. Bridget and Hope both are gonna have the same issue, which is this: is that one, Donna? First of all, Donna has now gotten herself into quite a pardon the pun pickle, because now Hope knows. And do you think she has the balls to tell Eric that they're busted and ruined? Because here's the thing: if she tells Eric that Hope knows what they're doing, this little rendezvous is over.
Yeah,
and she knows that. She knows it. Because Eric always gets this unsettled look on his face, like he has something that resembles a conscience, when we all know he sure in the hell doesn't. But if Donna tells Eric that Hope was at the club and saw them, then they didn't tore their little fun house down. They're done. So her not wanting Hope to say anything is a 2-part of one, not wanting the affair to get out, but also I believe in not wanting Eric to end the affair because he's caught.
Yeah, she gonna tell Eric.
So that makes me think, if Eric actually goes back to Donna, would Donna actually spill the beans that Hope now knows about it?
Well, hold on, Amaya. Amaya said that Hope is gonna confront Eric. Now see, that's the thing, Amaya. Now, was that picture after? Now, remember, Hope was at Forrester Mansion when Eric was in that windbreaker when he left. So could that picture have been before?
No, the spoiler said that Hope was going to confront Eric, but not confront him like an angry confront because she's his boss, but she is going to let him know that what she saw.
Okay. Let's see something. Let's see.
I'm waiting to see Jack Finnegan any day now. I'm still waiting on Jack.
And did I tell y'all they weren't together? Lee said today that she and Jack were not together.
Mm-hmm.
And, I still had people coming to me talking about, well, they were trying to work it out that one time. No.
Lee said out of her own mouth. She said, Jack and me are over because of you, Sheila.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that marriage was busted.
And then Ken put his foot down when he kicked him out the house.
Yep.
They was trying to work on it after that, but clearly that didn't work out.
Well, at this, and yeah, so honestly, I can't blame her. I mean, come on now. He not only
the day of their marriage.
Yeah, he been lying ever since Finn was conceived. And the only reason he told the truth was because he was caught.
He had to.
So I mean, I don't blame her. That ain't nothing to fight for neither.
I felt so bad for Lee after she got pushed by Sheila.
Woo, Sheila throw her down.
Lord, she treated Lee like a rag doll. My God.
Extra pay for being in there and not having a stunt double. The way Sheila throwed her ass down.
I'm sorry, but I must have laughed my ass into stitches. I had to rewind it. I was like, did she just do? Oh, she put it like she didn't wait nothing.
Lee said,
I was trying to stop messing with me like you don't know who I am.
Lee said,
I was like,
because Sheila was like, what's that noise? Wait a minute, what was that? And Lee was like, wait, what did you hear? And as soon as she hit the door, Lee was like, you're not going in it. Sheila, whoop, there you go.
Lee is a brave woman, but she not about that life.
No,
she not. Sis is not about that life, unfortunately, because she was not ready to be thrown across that chair like that.
Right. That was cold-blooded.
She met her match. Sheila told her, leave her alone.
Sheila about these streets.
I mean, the bottom line is this: is that Sheila then fought damn near every woman in every major character between 2 soaps at one point or another in her career. Okay, between her fighting Stephanie, fighting Lauren. Lord knows her and Lauren used to be knocking furniture and shit off the walls with their fights. Jacuzzi fights, spa fights, all kind of, and not to mention that last fight that Sheila had was with Quinn in 2017. That was a good fight. Yes,
that was
a good.
They was on top of furniture like they was on a WWF ring.
Yes, that was like a professional grade fight, which is one of the reasons why I hate to see Quinn be in this position with Eric, because Quinn actually is about that life. She could scrap.
Yeah.
To beat Sheila, you have to be a street fighter, so to speak. And there ain't too many women on the campus these days who are bona fide street fighters. At least Steffi had enough sense to have a gun last time.
You know what's so ironic? Sheila and Quinn come from the same background. They come from the same background. They both had what do you call it? Mommy dearest syndrome. And it begged for them to meet up again. Like, it's real funny how they done had Quinn on one side of the script and Sheila on the other side of the script. They ain't had no meetings yet.
Lee said, you are such delusional. Sheila said, I am not delusional. This is still Steffi's fault. If she wouldn't have took Brooke's side, she wouldn't have got shot. I was like, uh-oh.
And never did I think that I would see a day where Sheila and Donna had something in common. They did. They both sounded delusional as shit today. Donna about what she's doing. And the thing is, Sheila, and I was glad Lee pointed it out. She said the bottom line is this happened because you intended to murder Finn's wife. It wasn't an accident. You weren't accidentally trying to kill Steffi. You meant to kill Steffi, and you're mad because Steffi just didn't let herself get killed.
And the more that Steffi's name kept popping up, Finn was over there trying to wake up. And then Sheila caught on too, and I was like, uh-oh. See?
Yeah, so I wonder what was up with the beeping. So
every time somebody says Steffi's name, it go to beeping. Here he go. Showing out. They said, I ain't dead. I hear everything. What y'all think about my wife?
Lee was acting. I mean, Lee heard it, but I don't know if it was something that was good, bad. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Also, I was like, good mercy, Lee, honey, I get that she was probably flustered because nobody expects to see somebody they saw in lockup a few hours ago at their front door. That's unexpected as hell. But I was over there like, Lee, honey, you need to learn how to lie faster. It was bad enough you opened the door and you didn't know who it was, but then when you saw it was the devil herself and she's asking you about Finn's final resting place, you should have told that bitch you wouldn't spread them ashes on Mulholland Drive or something.
I told you I would have had some damn ashes on hand, something. Somebody's barbecue grill or some shit with some bone fragments from the butcher, and Steffi would have got some of that shit too, so she can stop asking questions. I don't know. Lee only went half-hearted at it. I mean, she saved him and all that, but y'all gonna sit there and believe he's dead and stop asking me for proof because you got your gift ashes. Look, this is a lovely engraved urn to my wife.
She hung up on Taylor when she kept asking about Steffi getting ashes. I was like, uh-oh, see. Right. And now you got to deal with Sheila.
Sent some sand over to her damn house. Here, girl. Here goes some ashes. Going out there and take the babies to the beach and spread it. Sitting here giving Han girls, sending them people some damn dirt. You know what? You can go to the vet's crematory and get some animal remains. Like, just go buy somebody's dog ashes. They don't know what they gonna do. Run a DNA test. And
that's just cold-blooded, Bubba. That's just cold.
But look, I bet she wouldn't be dealing with Sheila. Now she done said he ain't got her ass thrown across the room because she ain't have nothing to give nobody.
And so does Sheila.
Not only that, she can't get there's no way Lee can get Sheila the hell out of that room.
Right, and now
she called the police.
So what we really talking about here? Trying to not hurt people's feelings. Stephanie had a damn funeral. A funeral with a preacher. Well, they have no preacher. You know how they do funerals on soap operas. They get around the picture and talk about the person. In front of her son, your mama dead. Everybody knew Felicia was dead. Stephanie gave them the proof so they wouldn't question why we ain't, if Felicia's dead, why we ain't got nobody.
Yeah, Lee not fully committed to this plan. She wasn't
Right.
fully.
She
just
wasn't ready to see
it.
Sheila.
Right.
Stephanie had contingencies. Stephanie had Mario Lopez's character on the damn payroll. She had contingencies. She had the doctor sign the damn death certificate, and he was at the other house over there tending Felicia at night. She had everything thought through and worked out. Lee trying to do it all by herself. Like I commend her for having that, but again, Stephanie is one of a kind. Like they did real good with the repetition, but they didn't finish it. They didn't bring it full circle. She should have had some doctors, at least the one man who told her that Finn wasn't gonna make it. She should have already had him convinced, and they should have been somewhere tending to that boy. She shouldn't have been the only one up there in that room by herself. And again, she should have had proof of death. When you people get kidnapped, they want a proof of life. You got to send them something to prove that this person is still living. A picture of them holding today's newspaper, something like that. You got people out here you trying to sell a death to. Well, okay, where the body at? Where's the ashes?
She had this man locked up in a room, knowing that somebody in a probably could have come seen her.
Like, did you even think to maybe you could have told them that you had him planted as a tree? People doing that now. Oh, well, you know, he loved nature so much. We had him cremated, and now, you know, his body is nourishing a tree. Or they don't even cremate you with that. They just take your dead body and wrap it up with some tree stuff, and then boom, now you're feeding the tree. That's what
she should have threw her ass a piece of. She should have threw her ass a piece of jewelry and said, "I had him made into a necklace." People do that shit too.
Here is Finn, right next to my heart.
Exactly. Sheila, just take Finn and go. Okay, give him a necklace. Say it's Finn, and tell her to get the hell out before you call a popo. But no.
Sheila said, "I ain't with that. You gonna let me see my son?" And then here go Lee.
Y'all forget Sheila ain't slow. Sheila picked up on her language at the jailhouse, so she couldn't have gave her just anything. She would have to have dug deep and told her, "Well, why were you talking like this? Why was you saying things like he's alive or something? What happened? I need proof. Where's the death certificate? Where's this? Where's that?"
That's the thing. Sheila thought that Finn was dead. She just wanted to know the disposition of his remains.
Right.
Right up until she heard that beep, she really did. She may have thought that the way Lee talked was funny, but she didn't think that Finn was alive, which is what I was kind of thinking she did, and that's why she was so Johnny on the spot, trying to get out right when she was, in addition to the fact that her transfer was imminent. But she really did think he was dead. Then that damn thing started to beep, and then she was like, "What's that noise?" And she go throwing Lee like a rag doll over the damn.
I would have said, "That's my heart monitor. I'm checking my heart." You could have made up some kind of lie. Well, you could have
said it was her popcorn in the microwave or something ready. It did beep.
Like, you just got thrown across the room like you were dirt. Come on now.
Exactly.
She should have known Sheila was like that because Sheila went out to Quinn, Brooke, Taylor. Ma'am, this woman got a history. She got a long record.
I think it's gonna be Taylor take her ass out. Cause like you said, Sam, Lee ain't ready. We was hoping that she'll, scrap with her, but we seen that today, her feet flying up in the air like that. She ain't quite land. She ain't steady on the ground. It'd be justice.
Lee is just no match for Sheila physically. Lee would have to outsmart her.
It'd be justice if it was Taylor. After all these years.
Taylor, it won't be Taylor. Taylor
it need to be Brooke.
Outsmart her, and she can't beat her either.
Brooke ain't gonna be able to be. It ain't gonna be able to be Brooke because KKL.
It sure isn't. That's what I'm saying. This is what started.
I said let Ridge have at it. He the only one bloodthirsty. Y'all heard what he said, huh?
Man.
Oh, did somebody kill her in jail? That'd be perfect.
If somebody say he going at it, he can't stand her name to be mentioned.
Because Baker came and talked about Oh, Bridge Taylor, we got some news.
I
What
swear.
what is it? Sheila escaped. Taylor was like, oh boy, here we go.
Baker made me sick.
Amaya said, "Ask Lauren."
Exactly. Baker made me sick today. They were like, wait. So you came here to tell us that she escaped? He said, well, I came to see if y'all could give me some clues. Clues?
Man,
Like this is
or if the police want you to help them do their job.
Then here go Rich. Rich talking about some. The only family that she actually had was Finn. I'm just like, oh, see.
Y'all had her in custody, but I'm supposed to know where she at.
Exactly. Y'all the ones lost her, but I'm supposed to tell you where she could be at.
She technically didn't escape. She was basically being released to another facility. So
Right. Y'all let her go, but I'm supposed to know.
y'all just let her go. She just missed the bus.
That was the craziest thing. Like, you really go to the victims and ask them, well, you know, it should be.
You really just walked up in Foster Creations and asked the victim of Sheila's domestic ways, which could she be at?
She got
Are
a
you
whole
crazy?
profile. Y'all can go and
Well, I'm totally sorry that she killed your son-in-law and almost killed your daughter. But you know what this bitch had? Baker, go eat a hot dog. Oh no,
we really
but we
need
lost
to.
her.
His
Do you know
sugar
what she
must
could
be
do?
low or something because he can't think well on his
Baker
feet
must
no
have
more.
forgot. You didn't get the evidence that you needed until months later.
Yeah, they had to come from a victim. Stephanie had to get that confession up out of her through a wiretap.
exactly. The Foresters already did their part. They handed Sheila to them. They handed Sheila to them over to them on a silver damn platter. All they had to do was keep her ass locked up until she was convicted. That was it.
Baker must have forgot. Baker, when Sheila was walking out, she said, and I quote loud and clear, "Steffi, this won't be the last time you see of me." He should have took that into fruition, sir. Put her on 24-hour watch.
Exactly.
And apparently they hire anybody ass over there since Mike.
And then why was they transporting her anywhere? And she hadn't even been to court yet.
They said that she was going to a higher security facility until her trial.
But that's what I don't understand. They don't even go to court to even know when the trial was going to happen. That just seemed like some movement unnecessary just to push the storyline.
Well, y'all know how well it is because look what we got. We didn't even get to see her ass break out of jail. We didn't get to see her even plan a breakout with Mike. We was completely robbed of her escape from jail. So these details that we ain't gonna get answers to, we ain't never gonna get answers to.
Well, see, the thing is that actually fits what they do. Because remember, they did the same BS with Liam. When they had Liam and Bill and Holden all that damn time over Benny's suicide, and Thomas finally broke out of the damn Spencer basement and ran over there to tell the truth. Liam hadn't been found guilty of nothing. He hadn't been convicted. They was just moving his ass from I guess Holding or whatever the hell it is, county jail, to someplace more secure. And him telling and Thomas coming through with what really happened prevented that. So they have a lot of unnecessary foolishness in their justice system over there.
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
It don't make no kind of sense.
We kind of was robbed. If you keep it real, we kind of was robbed. We left the cliffhanger with Sheila seeing Mike. That was a hell of a cliffhanger. But then we return on Monday, no sign of Mike. Sheila just out and only doorstep. That was a huge leap for none of that to be shown on screen.
I concur. I mean, yes, technically they didn't have to show it, but it really would have been a great follow-up for us to actually have fleshed it out.
Escape, more conversation with Mike, because Mike was truly the hit. That was our surprise. That was our little treat for being longtime viewers, was Mike. So why didn't we get more of Mike? All we got was, let's go, Sheila. I mean, maybe we will get some more of Mike, but I just thought that I think that we missed a lot in between Sheila Mike saying hello, Sheila, and Sheila arriving on the doorstep. To me, that was because
I think part of it. Oh yeah, I agree with Stefan. Lieutenant Hot Dog is stupid, and I think part of it is timing, because the thing is, we have so many parts of this story that are overlapping because, for one thing, they needed Sheila being in jail and Sheila being off screen because once she got caught, all we had was that visit with Brooke, which we all could have did the hell without. And then we had that visit with Lee. That was it. That's all we got for Sheila. Sheila behind bars does this story no good. Sheila needs to, for the stakes to actually be what they're supposed to be, Sheila needed to be out of jail, which is why this whole jailbreak thing doesn't irritate me much. Because her being in jail is a damn waste. There's nothing to do with it.
And I agree. And I think that's probably why I'm so ripped off. We all know Sheila has to be free. She's the only one bringing the drama, and everybody else is just reacting to it. I guess that's why I feel gypped.
Probably.
Because we knew she had to get out, but now she's just out. I mean, literally, one day she was in jail, and the next day she's out. I mean, yeah.
Well, now we're going to get some drama that is actually overdue now. Because here's the thing. One of the many notes of this entire story that I've been very unhappy with since Steffi and Finn got married was that we never really got to see Lee reacting to the carnage that the truth about Finn brought to her life, or seeing her or Sheila reckon with each other over that. But now that Sheila then got her ass out of jail and then busted her way up into Lee's, hiding space, and since we know Finn's awakening is, forthcoming, it's coming soon. Okay, that now puts them in a difficult position of they both want Finn to live, that much that they can agree on. Everything else is complete BS though. So we're gonna have these two women in this room trying to make sure that Finn lives, but also trying not to rip each other's throats out for obvious reasons. So that part I'm not upset about, because really I need Lee to go get something and cold cock Sheila ass. She need to go get a weapon because she can't do this with just her hands.
So it's today the 14th.
Yes.
So tomorrow we supposed to see Steffi.
That's what the
or is it
Thursday?
Thursday?
No, it's supposed to be tomorrow because that the whole congressional hearing thing got postponed. So we are in the clear for tomorrow too.
Okay, because maybe they're gonna call her and tell her about the jailbreak.
I think so.
It said that Steffi was calling to thank friends. So I wonder if she's going to hear about the jailbreak.
Well, that's the thing. Right now, the only people who know right now are Taylor and Ridge. But I'm assuming Lieutenant Hot Dog is supposed to go alert the other people who would need to know, because like it or not, Brooke needs to know because she went there and talked shit to to Sheila. So Brooke need to up her damn security post haste. So
and Lee needs to know as well. So he may visit Lee if Sheila's still there. She's gonna be trying to get signals that she's in the other room or behind the door.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get that because Sheila did also point something else out. Wherever Lee is, she's concealed because she's not really findable. Because apparently it took Sheila a bit of doing to figure out where she is. So that kind of leads to that from jail. Say that again, hon.
How the hell did she do? When she said that today, oh Lee, you got yourself quite the hiding spot or something like that, and that she was hard to find, but she found her. Like, I don't believe that Sheila did the digging on that because she was in jail.
Nah, that was Mike. That had to be Mike.
It had to have been Mike. I mean, I know they give you the internet in prison, but don't you think somebody would have been watching her search history?
I don't know. I'm from New Orleans, and we have a jail system in New Orleans Parish that's under a consent judgment from the federal government because they got video released over 10 years ago of inmates with all kinds of stuff, cell phone, guns, people going in and out like it was an air nab. So I don't know. Jailhouses be on some shit sometimes. So you never know, but I do think that it was probably Mike.
We can hear you, Sam. Tap, 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 tapping.
Oh, I thought I had hit the mute on.
That's all right. So
be fun.
Yeah, Sam type fast.
I don't know how. Yeah, I truly do. I told you sometimes I'll be tweeting and literally not even looking at the phone. My two thumbs remember where the keys are. It's crazy.
You're a good touch typer then. I can do that with a keyboard, but I can't do that with my phone.
Yeah, I can't do that with my phone yet. Somebody might get the although correct will take liberties that I'm not ready to apologize for.
So what I really want to see is wait. So hold on. Today's the 14th.
Yeah.
So there would okay. There are two sets of spoilers for tomorrow. One is okay. So yeah, there are four spoilers for tomorrow. Okay, so according to B&B Worldwide fans, ecstatic that Finn is alive, Sheila blasts Lee for keeping his survival a secret. And ecstatic, Eric is stunned to learn that Quinn has called upon Bridget for a health intervention. That's one set. And then I remember Tara posted the other set that came, the more detailed ones that came out last week, where we got the spoiler about Steffi, being grateful for, I guess, her friends who supported her. I'm assuming that, I know we were all like, they talking about Liam raggedy ass. I really hope not. I mean, because one, yes, I would love to see that Steffi actually still has freaking friends, because the fact of the matter is everybody at Forrester only look like they talk to each other and they ain't got no damn life, and that's just depressing.
Right.
So those two spoilers, and the ones that Tara posted, I'm scrolling now. One was about Steffi, and I think the other one was about Ridge and Taylor trying to get a hold of Lee.
Right.
Okay, I found it. No, I found it. Oh no, it's actually right. Wait, hold on. It's completely different. I'm sorry. Okay, so for the 15th, according to what Tara posted, Steffi is still grieving for her relationship with Finn and thanks her friends for comforting her. So I'm assuming she must have some people in Europe who are looking out for her. And the other one is Carter is still worried that Paris might do something evil to ruin her marriage with Eric. So tomorrow's going to be pretty full. We are really going full steam ahead with an ABC storyline. They're consistently keeping with that.
Yep. I told you. I agree. I think we've all noticed that there's been some definite positive change all the way around. There was a minor faux pas yesterday with Hope's outfit. We're going to go ahead and give her a pass on that. Or was that today? Yeah, still today.
We're gonna let her be though, because they've been consistently good. Like you got to see Taylor working that backless part of her outfit today. I was like, go ahead, sis.
Girl, she knows she ought to be a damn shame of herself out there killing the game like that. She is really showing the girls what the new 50 goddamn is. And I am telling you, she is showing the girls.
Go ahead. I am all here for all the more reason why, aside from everything that's going on, because it's one of the reasons why, how do I put this? Taylor is too much of a hot girl for Ridge at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
tell you, I look at Taylor and I listen to Taylor, and I want someone to chase her and love bomb her for real, chase her and make her fall in love with them. That's what I want to see for the character. However, this character was built to love this damn raggedy ass Ridge Forrester.
Unfortunately.
So I just can't help but want that for Taylor.
I know. You want it because she wants it for herself. I mean, and she's not. I mean, and she's not pressuring Ridge. She ain't really doing a damn thing to Ridge. All she doing is being, which is the most fantastic way to get a man, as far as I'm concerned. I ain't got to come up with no tricks. You don't see her dropping no honey anywhere or running around in lingerie or nothing like lingerie. But she just there being her fabulous self, and you know what? That's more than enough.
Right.
Like, look, if I'm just gonna be my fabulous self, and however it play out is however it play out. I ain't trying to snake nobody, man. But hey, if you want to look at it, you can look at it.
I just want to hit. I know I'm gonna want to hit Ridge in the head when he breaks her heart. I just know, because right now I'm just saying, yeah, she wants him, so that's what I'm getting behind. As soon as that tear drop from her eye, I'm gonna be a whole different beast. Ridge gonna be so many rapists and murderers and attempted murderers. I'm gonna probably go up and dig up all the Ridge dirt from history just to drag him.
Now, see the thing that, and I guess this is the part that I'm interested in, because now I think it was in one of the bonus scenes yesterday where there was a bit of talk between Ridge and Taylor about going to Europe to visit Steffi while she's over there.
Yeah.
So, Can got kicked out. So
Sorry about that,
there she
girl.
is.
And Reginald.
There you go. So I think that is how they're, as far as them going over to Monaco for that film festival, to Monte Carlo for that film festival. I think that's how they're going to explain Ridge and Taylor going over to Europe, is them actually deciding to go, visit Steffi, especially because now that Sheila is on the loose, so to speak. I guess maybe they may be even more concerned than they already were and really want to go check on her.
They better take Thomas and Douglas with them.
Yes, I think that's what's going to happen too, darling.
Right, because that's the thing. Now, so that explains how Tridge gets to Europe. Steffi's already over there. Now, the thing that I'm trying to figure out is how are they going to get an awakened Finn to Europe?
So they're filming that. We can assume they're going to film Awaken Finn in Europe next week when they on the 16th. Well, what is the day? They go from Monte Carlo the 16th through the 24th, right?
Yeah. It's almost, yeah.
So we know it's about 6 weeks from the 14th. That's July 14th. So August. So we would be assuming that by the time August rolls around in that live show, between now and August, Finn is going to be awake and figure out what the hell is going on and find his wife.
Right.
Literally. So once the 16th hits, between the 16th and the 24th, we know for a fact whatever's going on TV, we know what's happening in real life is that they're filming that reunion, that reunion for Sin, and something hopefully romantic for Tridge in Monte Carlo. So
like Ridge finally giving up his marriage.
Yeah, I'm setting my calendar the 24th from June. That's July 24th. Another 6 weeks. We're looking at like the 7th, 24 to 21.
We'll probably be seeing that while everybody's on hiatus.
Like the 10th of August or something. Well, who was on hiatus? Now, they're going on hiatus in July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, July. I think 4 weeks or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks summer break.
Exactly. So I'm putting a pin on it in my calendar. First week, second week of August, that's when I'm expecting to see my Sin reunion in Monaco. And that's what I'm expecting. And I'm expecting Bradley Bell to just deliver. I'm not, you know how they say speaking into existence, I'm manifesting it. That's the way it's gonna be.
I'm also manifesting Ridge giving Brooke some divorce papers.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen right now. So Ridge still hasn't moved in with Brooke. I haven't even seen Brooke. Sheila's out, so I think that he's going to be protecting Taylor and his family here at home. I don't expect him to be leaving and moving in with Brooke anytime soon.
Shotgun Sheila show up at Steffi house again. Will he take a shot for his own family this time?
Maybe she'll hit the right target this damn time.
I'm manifesting that Ridge is gonna start carrying.
I mean, if
he better carry.
Bubbles, I love that. Yeah.
As about right now, he about the only person with the guts to probably take a shot at Sheila and not have a problem.
Because now he's starting to throw shade, talk about some inmate hasn't killed her yet. No, she'll kill the inmate before they try to kill her.
Like, yeah. Oh, did she die in prison? I was like, dude, you sound like a ghoul, but I ain't even mad at you. Even Taylor turned her head and looked at him and was like, what?
Yes, Ridge, you said that out loud.
Sheila was still shocked about the fact that Baker talked about some Sheila escape.
Which is still, I mean, obviously we know why she escaped. They did it for the drama. We understand. We needed Sheila to escape for this story to progress. But what's going to be very, very interesting is one, they did say Jack was supposed to come back at some point. So at some point, he gonna have to pop his head back in. What I want to know is how long is this whole Sheila in the hotel suite or the air because or whatever the hell it is Lee is. How are they going to explain that situation? Because my thing is once Finn wakes up, one of the things that I need to happen, aside from the reunion that I know we will eventually get between Sin, I need him to crack her damn face because I'm about sick of Sheila in this my son shit. In this, I didn't mean it. It was an accident. I'm sick of her.
She really didn't mean it. She was aiming for Steffi, but then he comes out, steps in the way. Ma'am, this is the thing you should have did before you decide to start shooting. Look before you shoot.
That's common. That's basic gun safety. You don't never point your gun where your eyes aren't pointed. Okay, that's like the most basic rule in the world. Don't point your gun where you're not looking. That's how people get killed. And sure enough,
what if a bystander would have just walked past and she just happened to shoot the bystander in the leg?
She would have she did the same thing she did to Steffi. I can't leave no loose ends. Clack, clack. But my thing is this. All these excuses that Sheila's making, Lee said it right. She's like, Lee was not wrong. She's like, your ass is demented. What is wrong with you? So I want to see her. That's the one conversation between Finn and Sheila I want to see for sure. You've been sitting up here claiming this was an accident because this was Steffi's fault. Okay, I want to see you make this claim to Finn. I want to see her claim to Finn's face, I didn't mean to shoot you, son. I would never hurt you. I just wanted to murder your wife and the mother of your son.
And then you shoot her because she was calling 911.
Oh, I want
pulled out that information. Sheila told us to put it down, Steffi over here. We gotta call the ambulance. He's dying. Sheila, put it down now. Pow.
Now y'all know that's what's gonna happen, right? That Sheila gonna be in that room once Finn is fully conscious and can understand and everything, and they know he's comprehending what they say. She gonna be in there trying to spin the hell out of what happened, and I want Lee to pop that damn balloon and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, Finn, she shot your wife too."
Yeah, I'm really beginning to wonder. I thought that we were going to get Sheila and Lee working together to recuperate Finn, but I wonder. I'm beginning to wonder how this is going to work out.
That's what I'm curious about, because the thing is, these two ladies, they are not in any condition to be I mean, this is like some backwards ass Three's Company business. But I don't see it playing out like that between these two specific characters, because Sheila is, and you know the spoilers out there, Sheila's gonna be upset with Lee for not telling her, for which I'm like, okay, Lee. I'm like, yeah, okay, Sheila.
I'm tired of that narrative right there. Literally today when Sheila was pleading like, her pain, I'm literally over it, and I love Sheila, but I can't deal with this too much longer.
I mean, I love the drama of it, because one of the biggest problems on Bold is that we lack people who make things happen. We lack people who make stories move, because they have certain things that they don't want regular characters to do. So they just have stories that spin and grind on forever without anything actually happening in them. So Sheila, though, because she's a loose cannon, because she has no limits, she will do things to make momentum pick up in the story and make stuff happen. So I've always appreciated that about her character. But yeah, I need her bubble popped. I need Finn to make it quite clear that he don't forgive her for a damn thing, and that she's a monster for shooting him, for shooting his wife, for leaving him up in that alley to die like rats on a trash pile.
Yep, she went home and took a shower and laid across the bed as her baby lay bleeding out on a pile of trash.
Fondling his fix.
Stole the boy wedding ring and everything, and sit up there going, my son, if she don't shut up. So and then the added problem to this is that I'm assuming that during the course of this is when Jack is supposed to show back up in town, because at some point Jack has to come back and it's gonna be enough that Lee has Sheila up in here with Finn alive. But how the hell is she gonna keep Jack out of her space? Because yeah, we all know
So
damn well that
she's
marriage is.
talking to Jack, so all the missing clues can come straight up out of Jack's mouth.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Jack. That's what I need at this point. I need something else because I'm getting tired of Sheila acting like the grieving mother.
Yeah, that's
And,
too much for me too, Sam. I agree.
Yeah. But at least we got Lee finally communicating with somebody besides Finn, because poor Lee, Naomi was doing nothing but monologues pretty much for the past couple of weeks in there with Finn alone. So now she at least has a castmate in Sheila. But I'm glad Jack is coming in, because it's, it gets pretty tiring when it seems like they skip over all the stuff that should have gave us some great drama, like Sheila's escape.
Right. Or like in the case of Lee and Jack, yes, we now know for certain. We not today is the only time that we have gotten a for sure confirmation that Jack and Lee are done. We've suspected that they were done because she said she didn't tell nobody. I mean, as far as we were concerned, the first hint that they were completely finished with each other, or let me rephrase that she's finished with him, because I don't think that he considers them over, but she sure does, is that she said that they were finished. And the fact that she said that she hadn't told anybody about her saving Finn and secreting him away. So I'm like, so let me get this straight. Let me make sure I got this really straight. The last time we saw Jack and Lee together was in November of last year. That was the last time we saw them on screen together. That was it. And their absence was explained by Finn as they were trying to work things out. So sometime between November of last year and April Fool's Day of this year, Lee told Jack to go to hell and that this was over with. But we didn't get to see any of that, and we're only finding out now in June that they're done, at least as far as she's concerned.
Yes, and that's only as far as she's concerned, as far as we know. I mean, Jack could show up and say, Lee quit her job. She's been despondent. She won't answer my calls. I don't know where she is. He could just be like, my wife is really grieving to the max right now, and I don't know how to reach her. I don't know how to help her. And Lee is just like, I don't care. I'm done with him.
And I think that's how he can come back, because, like I was saying before, I think one of her co-workers is going to call and ask Jack about her and ask how she's doing. Like, where is Lee? Like, we've been expecting her. She took FMLA or something, and we just wanted to make sure she's okay.
Right, because they did hire that doctor that was in that flashback of him telling her that there was no brain activity, or they couldn't find any brain activity. He was in the credits. We haven't seen him again.
Right. So she's been on some kind of, I would guess, some kind of long-standing sabbatical this entire time.
Yeah, probably, just like she said, FMLA or bereavement, whichever one, both, whatever. She's a physician, so I'm sure they got something in place for that. And yeah. But I'm getting a little impatient. I think I just need for Finn to awaken. I'm just ready for that now. Sheila's out now. She done slung Lee down to the ground. That was a disappointment. I would love for Lee to at least slap far from Sheila. See, this is what's starting to irritate me. Sheila is definitely the villain, and I love the villain. But the villains they can't win all the time. You just can't keep winning all the time. So I think this is where
I don't even think she's winning yet, though.
I'm tired of her.
So I don't count this as a win yet for her.
I'm feeling like I think the GH cast was feeling about Peter, and I loved Peter, but I didn't watch Peter for years, right? And I love Peter, but I think right now I'm feeling about Sheila the way GH was feeling about Peter. They just kind of tired that she keep getting away with too much shit, and everybody got to be dumb down. Everybody, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, today when she slung Lee, I felt like I was being deprived. Why didn't Lee get to backhand her ass down to the ground? Why can't we get that?
She definitely could have, because she had her back to Lee. And that last thing, smiling at Finn laying up in that bed. Now, hopefully that happens tomorrow. Man, hopefully they get to it real good tomorrow. But after today,
Cause
It's
shit,
just
cause
got to be. It's got to be more even here. I love villains, but it has to be give and take. You just
Cause
can't
when
run
Sheila walking,
roughshod.
cause when Sheila walking around, I thought Lee was gonna pull him out of hair or something. I was like,
Yeah, I'm
I
serious.
need
Like I'm
to have a
feeling let
lamp or
down
something.
for just the lack
she
of
gonna need a frying pan. That's what
anybody
Lee
being
gonna
able to
need.
put Sheila in her damn place. Like, come on, we couldn't get a backhand. I mean, come on, we couldn't get a little bit of a tussle of a fight. Give us
Well, the
something.
last time Sheila got slapped was when she showed up at Steffi's wedding.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At this point, Finn gonna have to end her. If Finn don't end her, I'd be all for Stephanie. And not killing her for good, but at least doing something to her where she went off, got away, and she ain't coming back no time soon.
In loving memory of Sheila Carter.
Yeah, because I'm just getting to the point. I need something to happen to her. I love the villains, but she
Something.
has to have a setback.
No, so she's gonna. My thing is this: if Finn comes out of this with his mental acuity intact and no holes in his memory, okay? Because if Finn comes out of this with a Swiss cheese memory and whatnot, well, then that makes this a hell of a lot more complicated. The thing is, the whole thing that has been getting Sheila through this, I guess you could say, is that she has been telling herself the same lie from the second she pulled that damn trigger, which is that this was an accident, she didn't mean for it to happen, and that her son loved her. Okay, right. She's been telling herself that lie ever since this mess happened. But the thing is, it's just like anything else. You can tell yourself a lie all you want until that lie gets forcibly disproven. Now, up until now, that's not been possible because yes, you had Stephanie, you had Steffi, you had Brooke, you had Lee, you had everybody under the damn sun telling her Finn would not have wanted you in his life like this. He knew what kind of a monster you were, etc., blah, blah, blah. But Sheila could still tell herself that wasn't true because, well, a dead man tell no tales, except this one will. So if Finn comes out of this with his mental acuity intact and he reads Sheila, that might be what puts Sheila ass over the edge.
And his memory will be intact, I feel, because he's been down too long for him to wake up and still be down longer with amnesia.
I hope so.
That's why they did it with Steffi. Steffi was down. She can't.
Steffi was down for a couple of hours.
But what I'm saying is on script. You know what I'm saying? She woke up rather quickly and then only to wake up and not remember everything that happened. He is still asleep. So he'll wake up and not have his memory. That's just gonna prolong the script even longer. I think when he wake up, he gonna see Sheila and he gonna go straight for the juggler.
I agree. I don't think we're going with memory loss here.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one, he remembers Steffi. We know he remembers Steffi
Exactly.
because he responds for Steffi. And I believe that he's going to remember Sheila. I don't know how he's going to forget. I mean, I don't think they're just going to come back that quickly with amnesia after Steffi had it for a few days.
No, I would hope not. At least if they did, it can't be the same kind of.
It's not going to be any memory loss at all because it, like Sam said, it's too much. It's too soon off of Steffi's memory loss, and plus, it makes sense for her to have trauma and to have memory loss because she dealt with the whole situation for a long time. She got shot after. It makes sense for him to have memory loss. It don't make too much sense, except for when they said that his brain activity was down a little bit.
That's what I mean. If Finn, and that's the part that kind of throws me off. Steffi's memory loss was explained as it being related to her trauma, which I was like, okay, bet I can go with that. Because she got shot and she saw her husband murdered right before she got shot. Okay, so I could go with that. But then they basically said he was damn near a vegetable, but Lee wasn't going for it. So if he comes out of this coma or whatever the hell this is that he's in with absolutely no issues, that will be a surprise to me. At least as far as if
given him issues if they would have woken him up, say 2 weeks ago. See, like it seemed like they're not gonna do that because that's why they keep having him still be asleep.
But that's the thing. The thing is this: if Finn wakes up and his memory is intact and his mental acuity is okay, and he's basically, okay, just weakened, and he needs to build up his strength. The thing is, the gap between Finn's waking up and Steffi finding out her husband's alive, that gap's got to be explained. There's got to be an explanation for why Finn is awake and alive, and Steffi still doesn't know that her husband is awake and alive.
It may not be a reason. It may that he can't automatically walk or something. It may be something where he can't move a limb or something, and he got something like that. But I don't.
Well, that's what I mean when I say that how he wakes up is gonna kind of lead how this story inside this hotel airnab situation is gonna work. Because for some reason, I refuse to believe that Lee is at a hotel. I have a feeling she has some kind of damn short-term rental. I don't know why I feel that, but that's just what my instincts are telling me. That Finn is gonna have to be in some sort of condition, whether it's mental or physical, to explain why Steffi isn't being alerted ASAP and Paige to come her ass back from Europe. Oh, and let's see. Renee Glover says Sheila's gonna be Lee's nurse, and when Finn wakes up, bye Sheila. Lee is gonna tell it all. Well, I would hope so. If Finn does have any holes or is missing any information, because the thing is, the last thing Finn remembers is would remember if his memory's intact is being shot. Yeah. That means he's missing a whole lot of information. If the last he remembers is his mama sticking a bullet in him, then yeah, he gonna need to be brought up to speed.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need for it to hurry up to start happening. I'm ready for Finn to wake up and open his eyes.
The first question is
clearly, I was waiting on Lee to drag the dogs out of Sheila. I literally was thirsting for it. I just knew I was gonna get it. I'm glad she dragged into jail. I just wanted some more. I hope we get some more. I mean, Sheila threw Lee across that chair today, and it angered me. I'm just like, now this should have been the other way around. Lee should be smacking around Sheila right now.
But she's not them kind of people. Y'all want her to act out of character from what she is. They was quiet, reserved people. She ain't never had to engage in fisticuffs.
Child, that little woman that went and smuggled a whole grown man at the hospital.
That's different than fighting somebody. I can get a body out of a hospital. That don't mean I'm ready to go toe to toe with a crazy broad over here slinging folks.
Is you talking about so?
I'm gonna need Lee to get in touch with her ghetto roots. I'm gonna need Lee.
But that's the thing. But Lee is the least ghetto character I could pick on that show.
She gonna have to find some. She gonna have to reach deep down in her soul, all the way down.
She better find a frying pan.
Because I just now it just making me miss Steffi slapping the dog poop out of Sheila. I got to get some reciprocity around this piece. That's all. It can't be one-sided. I don't like to be the joker on the damn seesaw that's stuck in the air, and I can't do nothing but wait on it to let me down.
Well,
I don't like that feeling.
Sheila's gonna have a couple, because here's the thing. Despite the fact that, of course, the legal ramifications of Finn being alive means that them throwing Sheila's ass in jail is gonna be for a different reason other than not murder, but more like attempted murder, since apparently nobody's actually died. So there's that. So the other issue that Sheila's gonna have is Sheila cannot move around LA freely. Now Sheila is a expert at skulking in the shadows and moving around as a wanted person, because she's been doing that the last 20 some damn years. Okay, she knows how to stay off the radar and off the grid if she can't be, seen out in the open. But the problem is that is going to become an issue at some point, because once Finn is, I guess, ready or able however it plays out, to leave that room. Where does that leave Sheila? Sheila is going to want to use this opportunity in that little Airbnb that they're in right now to try to get through to Finn and fix her relationship with her son, because this is going to be her only opportunity to do so, and she knows
Right.
that.
Right.
So that is what she's going to be working on, and I think the summer preview pretty much more or less said that too. That's all she cares about is her relationship with her son, fixing it. So I really do need Finn to wake up, because I need to know what kind of condition he is in, not just physically, but mentally. What kind of condition is he in that Sheila even thinks that this is even a damn possibility, but then Sheila is batshit crazy.
Right, because Sheila thought that it was a possibility that anybody would do anything for her after she killed him. Now that he's alive, she's just even more delusional. I'm just yeah, I'm just a
And
lot. It's a lot.
and one thing that I had to kill myself laughing about was that Sheila actually has me rolling laughing, because when it came right down to it, she could not believe that she felt like Steffi sided with Brooke, somebody she don't even like, just because she wanted to hurt Sheila.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was hilarious to me. She sided
Girl,
with Brooke. She
I was like,
disgusted.
what kind of mean girls high school bullshit do you think this is, Sheila?
And then Lee was looking at her like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Like, girl, what?
Said
Like,
that's some old bull ass shit.
Cause Sheila was just like, "This is all Steffi's fault. If Steffi hasn't sided with Brooke, she wouldn't have got shot." I'm just like, and then Lee was like, "You're demented. Do you know how crazy you really are?" I was like, "Lee, watch it.
But that ain't what you want. That ain't what you
no,
want.
You
Not
push her
the
over the
smoke
edge.
you
You gonna see
want.
what she really like."
and she really did sound demented, because I'm like, okay, here's the thing. I don't like Brooke Logan. I have probably not liked Brooke Logan in the entire time she was on the show, except when her ass was with Dick Maroney. That being said, I can't say that somebody was supposed to side with Sheila over Brooke. That's like if Stephanie hadn't died and saying that, well, Stephanie can't stand Brooke, so obviously I'm a better option. Girl, really? You think it's that simple? You think it's that clean?
Sheila must have forgot she shot Taylor.
That's what I'm saying, Reginald. I'm like, Sheila, your laundry list of problems and sins with this particular family is quite lengthy. So even though Brooke Logan may not be anybody's favorite anything, there are quite a few people who they would throw in their lot with before they would go ahead and throw their lot in with you. Now, here's the thing. I would totally understand Sheila's phrasing of this question if she would say, I don't know, comparing herself to Morgan or somebody. Like, how they gonna side with Morgan over me? Yeah, I would get that. I would say, yeah, if I had to pick between villainesses between Sheila and Morgan, I probably would take my chances with Sheila, because Morgan ass was just crazy and she kidnapped people cheering. But no, not
So
you
did
and Brooke.
Sheila is crazy and kidnaps people's children too. She and Morgan probably, they'll probably rewrite them as cousins if they wanted to bring Morgan back. Like, that's a family tradition. Snatching babies and busting up families.
And unfortunately, they both have a habit of trying to do away with people. So I honestly can't say that. I mean, if it was the Forresters and they had to pick between Sheila Carter and Morgan DeWitt, it's a tough room. It's a really tough room of who you would have to go with, because I mean, they both have baby obsessions. They both can't take no for an answer. They both like to have a second banana to help them out, be an accomplice and get shit done. And they both don't have problems trying to kill people who get in their way. Sheila turning bees loose on people, Morgan turning snakes loose on people. So they do have an awful lot in common.
Sheila also uses dogs. That's how she and Mike became such great friends.
And didn't Morgan have dogs in her basement too?
I don't remember. But I know
Morgan.
almost everything there is to know about Sheila Carter because I stands her. I don't know about more.
Oh, I know. Wait. The guy who used to help, that's what it is. The guy who used to help Morgan out What was his name? The guy with the glasses. Tim?
Tom.
Tom had 2 dogs, and one of them was named Phyllis.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all know what I want to see now?
Mm.
I just thought about it. Since Sheila shot Taylor, how about we have Taylor call Steffi? Where's your gun at?
That's Stephanie's gun.
That was Stephanie's gun.
Where the gun at? Just in case Sheila, just in case Sheila might just try to come back. She want to shoot me? How about I shoot you back?
Honestly, somebody in LA.
We can have a shoot match finally.
I mean, I'm not an advocate, but I really feel it's very unusual to have somebody in LA ain't carrying at this point with this BS going on. I mean,
because Bridget acting stupid now. Bridget, he talking about some inmates killing Sheila. How about you? You might want to start carrying something because now Sheila's after all y'all now. Y'all done betrayed her, and now she gone over to Lee. Lee looking stupid. She ain't got no carrying license. She don't know what Sheila might be up to. She just got swung.
The fact that all these people don't have bodyguards or a security team with this information now out in the streets is still hilarious to me.
Where is Steffi's security team? If I was Steffi, I would have said before I left, my security team, please stay with my mother while I'm overseas.
I don't think any of them have a security team, which is hilarious because I'm like,
the guards that they have let people just walk clean up to their doors. We already know that. They ain't got a security team nowhere in place.
I'm like, call Victor Newman. He could recommend somebody to you. He always got a damn security team deployed for God knows what.
Yeah, they can call and ask Bill.
See, Bill probably the only person who would have a damn security team. Yeah. But she's checking for him, so he's fine.
Well, sooner or later she can be checking for Brooke.
That's what I mean. Because my thing is, Brooke needs to go get her ass a security team too. Because I'm sorry, you went to that jailhouse, you talked all that to that woman, and now you're gonna find out that she out of jail, and you don't. Because that's my thing. These are not poor people, but sometimes they act like they're poor. I'm like, y'all can afford bodyguards. Y'all can afford a security team. Y'all ain't calling nobody, and I don't mean Charlie.
Well, Charlie ain't gonna be able to help. He gonna be looking the other direction.
Don't even carry a gun. Charlie's maybe line of self-defense is mace,
right,
and his flashlight. So he's not gonna be hurting too many people.
And the worst,
if Charlie had a taser.
Exactly, and the part that gets on my nerves is I'd be like, you know what? That could be a good damn recurring role on this show for some hot ass man, a security guard, or a security team hired to keep keep the people most likely to have a run-in with Sheila safe. But nah, we can't even get no good eye candy like that. And right now they not throwing Carter in no workout gear lately. He's staying in
good. Considering they still got Jake on recurring role, so that would be good.
They better call somebody because that foster family is not going to be able to handle Sheila by themselves.
Well, no, and because that's the thing, and I already know where this BS is going. The cops, because Baker need. I don't even want to say Baker need to go get a hot dog.
Stupid talk about some. Oh, we're going to find her. Y'all not going to find her.
Y'all ain't going to find. They didn't find her in the first place. The Forresters delivered her to them. The only thing they actually did was search her hotel room and find the corroborating physical evidence that would make the charges stick. That's the only thing they actually did. So shoot, damn. Baker and them are going to assume that Sheila has run for the hills because the thing is, she burned all her bridges in LA as far as they're concerned. The only 2 people who she was on semi-friendly terms with were Deacon and Taylor. She cannot go to either one of them, and everybody knows that. So there's really no one that she would be sticking around in LA for because they think Ben is gone and dead. So they're going to assume that Sheila has fled the city when she hasn't. So they're not going to be looking anywhere that they should be looking for her. Because the cops are useless.
Taylor better call Lee.
I think she need to go. I agree. I think she need to call Steffi in Europe, and because that's one thing that I'm wondering about. will they actually call Steffi in Europe and tell her about this?
Well, that's what I was wondering because it said the sporter was like Steffi's going to be thanking friends. Doesn't sound like she's going to be getting.
Cause she gonna need to know just in case she might be coming back to LA. That her
Well,
psycho mother-in-law is on the loose, getting revenge.
Well, remember what Ridge and them said. Nobody actually knows where Steffi is. They know. Ridge and Taylor know where Steffi is, but they have not shared that information with anyone
I
else,
don't
and I
even
don't think
think
they
Thomas
will.
knows. I don't even think he knows.
Right. So Steffi's in Europe with the kids, and the only people who know are the last two people in the world who are ever going to tell Sheila a damn thing. Tridge.
Well, Thomas did tell Hope that Steffi was leaving town. That's all he told Hope.
Right. Yeah. So everybody knows Steffi left town, but they're not saying where she went. They said she went to Europe. Europe's a whole damn continent. There's a lot of places you can be and still be in Europe. So really, if anything, Tridge would most likely contact Steffi and probably try to get her to stay in Europe
and they're going to go to Europe. That's
exactly.
Why Tridge and Sin are going to be in Monaco.
Right, until Sheila's apprehended or something is what my guess would be. Because I mean, honestly, if my child was away over in another country and a person who tried to murder them, who's obsessed with their child, with their son, was in Europe, I'd be like, don't you come back to this country under any circumstances. You stay your behind right the hell where you at.
Yep, and you know, it's whatever they shoot in Monaco is going to be either one long, very long day or maximum probably 2 days. They probably won't even have a change of clothing.
Well, the last time we were in Monaco, the last two times we were in Monaco, one was when they were doing the Brill wedding, if I'm not mistaken. And then I want to say the other one was when they had a fashion competition or something. All I remember about most of that was that's when Wadey first happened, when Wyatt and Katie was kissing, and I was shocked up to my socks.
Mm-hmm.
So they normally do other stuff while they're there. So I would be surprised. If just Tridge and Sin were the only ones in Monaco. I do think other people might end up there, and they just might not be saying it because there ain't no way they they not gonna say anything.
Right.
Or not.
Sheila's the villain. Exactly. I would expect for Sheila to end up in Monaco trying to find well, I wouldn't say Sheila, maybe not Sheila, but I would expect a surprise person to be in Monaco in taping. Oh God.
Well, it's because part of the problem is that Sheila, once Sheila figures out that Tridge is leaving town, that's going to be that's like waving the red flag in front of a bull, because I have no doubt that if Sheila was able to get Mike or whoever to figure out where the hell Lee was at, there's no doubt that she can find some way to keep track of what Tridge is up to. And if both Taylor and Ridge suddenly leave LA and head towards Europe, as far as she's concerned, that's a red flag. You're leaving because you're going to where Steffi is. So that may be what part of the story is that they follow them over there because she knows they're going to where Steffi is.
Especially my only thing is that Sheila really doesn't want Steffi. She wants Finn.
No, she doesn't. And see, but that's the thing. That's why when Finn wakes up and his disposition towards Sheila is going to be important. The only way Sheila is going to turn tail and head to Europe to go after Steffi is if Finn completely brick walls her, shuts her out, cuts her to pieces for what she did.
And then she going after that baby.
Right. Exactly. That would be the only reason she would feel a need to go to Europe when Finn's alive and you're basically well in LA. And I could see, I'm sitting up here like I'm the damn writer for the show. They wouldn't let me. Because I could see a situation where Finn cuts Sheila down so deep, like she totally deserves, considering the fact that she tried to kill him, to the point that when Tridge, not knowing any of this is going on with Finn, takes off to go to Europe because they want to go check on Steffi and make sure everything's all right with her. Sheila flips her shit, decides to follow them over, which results in Finn figuring out what Sheila's up to and him following her over
I can see that.
to try to protect Steffi and the kids. So that's what I'm trying to figure storyboard the logic of how we get a Finn from LA to Europe where Steffi is so I can get this summer a sin thing cracking.
Right. Right. Because that's all that matters right now for me.
It
Because they
does.
slow walking Tridge. I mean, they're giving us like a Tridge uh, family with Ridge and Taylor without, the pressure or the stress of having of romance. I mean, they like already are an old married couple to me.
And I believe it or not, I like that
Me
because
too.
the thing is because Ridge has already moved back into Eric's and they basically have pumped the brakes on anything romantic. It's not a factor with them right now. They're just with Tridge right now, and I hate to say it like this. Sometimes I want Taylor to have what she wants for herself, even though I think she deserves better than what she wants. But
Hmm.
you want her to have what she wants. But the thing is, Tridge has this real easy friendship between the two of them, this real easy vibe that I really enjoy when they're on screen with each other. And they balance off each other so well, even when it has nothing to do with romance or anything like that. And that's really sweet because
Yes, it really is. I really enjoy. I think that's pretty much all I really enjoyed today was, of course, Taylor and Ridge, Hot Dog and his crazy self.
I'm
um,
I'm just waiting for people to get in the other stories. I'm just waiting for people to get busted with their feloniousness. Okay, because right now the B and the C stories require that two people get busted. Eric and
exactly.
Donna get busted, and then Carter gets busted. So those stories are going to be circling to those conclusions at some point, and they're probably going to happen simultaneously.
Mm. Yeah, right, right. One at least one right off the other, because all I want right now is for Eric to be caught. I wanted Quinn to catch him and bust him in the act with the Fitbit ring. But now that the cat's out of the bag, and Bridget's brought in, I wonder just how much satisfaction I'm going to get out of the fallout from this.
Oh, I think we're going to get some satisfaction because
I
here's
think
the
it's
thing.
gonna be worth it. Yeah.
It is the buildup because this is the thing. What has been one of the biggest problems that Bowl has had in like the last 7 years? We don't get buildup to nothing. They've been terrible about that in the last couple of years. That we would have these stories that would happen, and then something stupid would go on, and then it just crescendos and just deflates. Like the whole "who's gonna die" thing. When we found out it was Vinny, we was like, okay, Vinny died. Obviously, Liam ran his ass over, and then all of this just to find out inside of 2 weeks that Vinny committed Harry Carey. Like,
Hmm.
huh? That didn't make no damn sense. That's gonna stick in my car for probably for ages because that was the worst way to kill a character that I've ever seen that made no
So
sense
Thomas
Hmm.
whatsoever.
could get laid.
Yep.
Yeah, so Thomas could get laid.
A
Another
whole
one,
man sacrificed his whole life just so another man could have a chance to get laid, not even a guaranteed lay.
a chance. That's like
Hmm.
right up there with Acid Gate when Thomas ended up taking a bath in the damn acid of the vat of acid at Forrester. That story could have had a decent run. It resolved inside of 2 days. He
Yep.
hit the acid and then he showed up completely unharmed, and that was supposed to clean the slate between him and Hope. You have all these great points in these stories where it's supposed to be a climax and nothing happens.
Hmm.
And I think whoever the hell has kind of discreetly put their hand on the steering wheel is trying to fix that.
Hmm. Somebody's fixing some things. That's for sure. I have some complaints because everybody can't be satisfied all the time. But it has absolutely been better. That's for sure. I think right now it's just that I'm impatient with waiting on the payoff because I need for Eric Forrester to pay really bad right now. It's just like he's done enough. I don't need no more. I don't need to see anymore. I just need him punished.
See, and that's the other thing. It's kind of like the damned if we do, we damned if they don't. One of the reasons stories take longer to have a payoff, if they actually have a payoff, is if you actually are rotating A, B, and C story at the same time, because you're not showing the same story all the way through for the full 19 minutes of the show. Each story is getting a third of the screen time, and that slows you down along the way, which I don't have a problem with, because one, I like the fact that we have three stories, because here's the thing. I love Steffi, and anything that is related to Steffi, Taylor, the Tridge family, any story where they're front and center, I'm going to love it. But I respect the fact that that is not everybody else's cup of tea. So there has to be something, other storylines, whether I love them or not, that other people want to see. Like, you may have some people who legitimately don't give a shit about this Sheila business. They may be fully vested in this Eric Donna thing blowing up and the story and it spilling over into about whether or not we're going to get quartered. That may be the story they prefer to see play out, but at least the show's making the effort to give everybody something to watch.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that they have definitely been doing right. They've been even the Paris. Oh, thank God they hurry up and put Quinn in it, because that was going nowhere and fast. It's better with Quinn in it. But let's talk about that for a minute.
Mhm.
I am so tired of Carter begging.
It's giving pathetic. First of all,
It
he's too
is
fine for
giving
that.
pathetic to the umpteenth power. I don't even remember exponents that well from math, but I know that Carter has been begging to the maximum power, to as much power as you can get, the highest exponent possible. I am so tired of Carter basically saying the same thing for the past few weeks. I can't get over you, Quinn. I love you, and I can't get you off my mind. And I know I can't have you. Great. I get it.
So I'm gonna go marry this girl.
Right. And then he
Mm-hmm.
keeps doing it over and over. So now remember, he started out in that office across from the CEO's office with Quinn. Then the next week they moved it across to the CEO's office with him begging for Quinn. Now this week he's at Forrester, he's at the Forrester mansion begging for Quinn. He's begging for Quinn. Quinn can't think about or talk about nothing besides Eric. I'm
Right.
tired of this one-sidedness. I cannot take one-sided stories. That's the person stuck on the seesaw and the other person down. There's got to be some give and take, some reciprocity. And I am over Carter bearing his soul to Quinn, and Quinn basically telling him in his face, I understand and I get it, but Eric is all I'm thinking about right now. That's 3 weeks. We're going on to a whole 3 weeks of this now. When can I cry uncle?
When
Well,
they
we're getting
went into each other's arms.
right, because there is a spoiler out there about how, because I think part of what Quinn is going to be telling Wyatt, aside from her issues with Eric, this thing with Carter is starting to bother her. That's the thing. Prior to all of this happening, there were no cracks in Quinn's game, so to speak, as far as it came to her marriage. She was totally devoted. She was totally focused on trying to fix her raggedy ass marriage to Eric, even though it's not worth fixing. It needs to go into the trash bin, not the recycle bin, the trash bin. So exactly. So there have been no cracks in her game since Eric agreed to, work on their marriage and took her back. But this thing with Carter and seeing him like this, it's starting, it's work. He doesn't know it yet, but it's working her. Because you saw her when she was looking at that picture of him, she flashed back to them and they sexy times up in that studio of his. I mean, because like Bubble said before, Eric sure as the hell ain't taking care of business, so she ain't got a damn thing to flash back to but Carter in those lovely, lovely rolls in the hay where she was getting her boots smoked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then then we have the spoiler for the end of the week where she literally is going to be trying to get him to not propose to Paris, because she doesn't want to see him do this to himself, because he knows Paris isn't right for her. Because even though this all may have started out with just Carter being a begging boys to men, Keith Sweat, baby, baby, please, whatever the hell this is that he's doing, he doesn't know it, but it is getting to Quinn, which means that by the time this mess with her filthy husband blows up in everybody's face, there is not going to be any doubt in her mind with what she wants or what she needs to do in regards to Carter Walton.
Yeah, and that's all good, because my main priority with Quinn and Carter, I really don't have an agenda there. I really was into Quinn and Carter back in the beginning, not so much anymore. It's so sad that, to me, I guess it's not sad, to each his own, but I don't have much of a payoff at all in seeing Quinn and Carter just reunite. My payoff is 100% seeing Eric pay. Now, if Carter and Quinn reunite, great. That's just the cherry on top. I'm not against that, but it's not the payoff I'm looking for.
Well, see, but that's the thing. It's two different types of payoff, though. I mean, one is the romantic payoff, and the other one is the repercussions of the bullshit Eric has done. I say we can have both. No reason why pick when you can have it all. Why not have both? Because the thing is,
I would love to have both. I would love to have both.
Because
I just don't want one without the other.
But that's the thing. the one gets us the other, because the whole part of the point of this story, nobody's gonna convince me otherwise, is that it is to give Quarter the clean slate that they needed. Because
I agree.
That was definitely, I mean, because especially after today, I mean, look at Donna. I have no idea what the bubble-headed idiot is going to stay to hope tomorrow if they pick back up with them talking in that little cruddy room, is that Donna doesn't even have an explanation for what the hell she's doing. Nobody has an explanation for what her and Eric's doing. There's no justification for it. There's no way for them to explain it.
It's sweet and pure.
Girl,
there's no explanation.
Can you believe that? Could you believe that she said that? She said that about an adulterous affair.
I believe it.
It just goes to show her mentality. I just really, I never thought much about Donna, but I always loved Jennifer Garris. So I never really loathed the character. She's always been dumb. But this is a bridge too far. This character has now just proven that
she's
it's
gonna
really
get
trampy.
her. Well, she's gonna get her 2 bits and spare change, because this is the thing, especially after today, it's especially clear, is that, you see, as of right now, remember I told you, this whole thing with her and Eric works because of secrecy. Because the thing is, Eric hasn't made any motions to say, Donna, you deserve better than this. I can't treat you like this. I can't treat you like a sneaky link for the rest of our lives. I need to go ahead and make you my primary woman and end things with Quinn. Even when Donna brought it up, Eric was as resistant as hell, because he's a stupid ass egomaniac. So the problem is, the light being reflected on their relationship and all of this dirt done in the dark being brought to light is going to potentially cost Donna what she wants, which is Eric. Because it's one thing for Eric to sneak away, have pickleball meetings with her on the slick when nobody else is the wiser. But let's see that bitch be that bold now that his dirt is in the air and people know what he's up to.
Well, Eric is going to lose interest in Donna once the novelty is worn off, and she's not a little secret that he can escape to. Once Donna becomes,
he gonna have time for her to wear off, because he gonna fuck around and find out and end up passed out on top of her, with his little ring on, and Quinn busting up in that room. He's gonna move too slow. He's gonna think it. He's gonna think what you're saying, and he's gonna drag his feet, and then boom goes the dynamite. It's gonna be too late. It always happens like that. It's gonna be too late. He meant to go do good. Just like every time Brooke has meant to go tell Ridge about somebody kissing on her and then somebody else gets to Ridge first, like Quinn did, and
Mhm.
the cabin. That's what's fixing to happen to Eric. You know why? He's a fucking Logan and he deserves it.
Yep,
Very much
he
so.
deserves it, and that's why I can't stress enough that the payoff for me with Eric is that Quinn takes half. I don't want it just to be she runs to Carter and he runs to Donna. No. Mm-mm. Now,
No, and
I want
Did
fire
you
and
guys read what
brimstone.
Amaya said? She said she expect Eric and Donna to be married by Christmas. I don't care. I don't care if they married by
let her take the
Thanksgiving,
other half
by
of his
Halloween.
shit.
They
That'll
could be
serve his ass right.
they
That will
could be
serve
married by
his
Halloween for all I
ass
care.
right.
Right, because it, once Quinn takes half, that's all I'm talking about. She needs a shark for a lawyer. I don't even want her to go after Donna's kneecaps. I want her to let Donna kneecaps to stay intact. Take
She
half of Eric's 18. Take 18.5% of Eric's stock, and let's see if Eric still gets a strong boner after he loses half of his shares of Forrester. Let's
No,
see how
he's not
strong
gonna
that
have
boner
he's not
is.
gonna have
he
any
gonna need
artistic
Deidre for that.
passion available to have a boner.
That's what I mean. See, Eric being able to get a boner basically is a result of him having stress-free sex. He gets to
Yeah,
escape all his real problems and real
yeah.
life stress to go and go balls deep in with Donna. But when Donna is promoted to the wife and he's 18.5% shares
Mm.
poorer, and Donna is on his arm, and he's got to look at Quinn, look at Donna, and look up and down like the slut she is, and have her running going to get the coffee. It won't be so carefree and light, will it?
No, it
It
won't.
will
And
no
you're right
longer
about
be
that.
carefree and light and so easy. Once
Mm.
she is in the position of the actual wife, where all the responsibilities lie.
Yeah. Now
So
she
yeah,
becomes a
I want
problem.
Quinn to get her justice by cleaning him out and let him promote Donna up to the wife, so she can be the next one, and then she'll be the first one that he cheat on next.
Mm-hmm.
As
Precise.
soon as he get a stiffy for somebody else, because you're right about that. The whole part of the whole appeal about this is that, and he keeps saying it too, is that this is so nice and easy. Well, what happens when this stops being nice and
Nice and
easy,
easy.
Eric?
When it's reality, when he has to deal with the fact that he's now getting a divorce for this nice and easy piece of ass, and now he's got to fight the ex-wife to keep half of his shares. He's probably gonna have to fight the ex-wife to keep his home over his head. All the stress that this light and easy piece of ass is going to cost him is going to make his dick shrivel up like a goddamn yam, and I'm here for it.
And she's not gonna look that appealing at all. You're right,
Because
Sam.
no, and because that's Donna's advantage right now. She even said it to Hope. I don't want to complicate his life, honey. His life is about, as soon as y'all are caught out in the open with everybody, it's already starting right now because Hope already knows.
And
But
see,
once
that's the thing. Quinn is not even complicating his life.
no,
She's
How has
hers
trying
she
is
to
for
be
the
a good
shits.
complicated his
wife.
life?
She's trying to be a good wife. She's turning
Exactly.
down
She's not.
good
He's
dick.
just using that as an excuse to do and be the person that he's being, and that's a whore. So if you're
Exactly.
gonna be a
Is
whore, just be a whore. You don't need to blame nobody else. This is what you want to
Yep.
do. Go
Right,
on here
Queen.
and be a hoe.
Queen is at
I'll
the
take
house
you.
being an actual wife, worried about the health of her husband, worried about the strength of their marriage, worried about her
Mhm.
extended family like Steffi and the kids in Ridge. That's what
Mhm.
Quinn is doing. While Donna is ducked off over here in the cut. And all she wants to do is make everything easy. Let
Yeah.
me make you laugh. Let me
Mhm.
make you giggle. I'm just here to make you smile and happy. I have
Mm,
no goals in life except for to make your day better.
When they
However,
leave,
yeah, man, I want to throw up.
when they leave up
Not
out that
only
champagne room, he got to go home to his wife, and it bothers him. And I feel like it got to be some restitution at the end of this, and
I
it got
want
to
him to
be
have a
good.
heart attack. I
It
mean, I
got
so
to
do
want
be
a
I.
real
heart
good.
attack to happen too.
Me
Angina,
too.
I don't care. I just want it to be public. I want everybody to know I needed to be publicized in Spencer publications that Eric had a heart attack on top of his mistress.
Mhm.
know that
And
real because his dumb ass is at the family club. you know Bill
Like
Spencer
a
got a
dumbass.
damn membership to that club too.
Remember, he did say he was gonna be at the right place at the right time for his good fortune. You never know; he might find out about something about it. But Quinn and Wyatt tell him about it when they come up with the plan to turn the screws on Eric.
Eric is a whoremonger. That's
He is.
exactly what he
He's
is.
really ultimately garbage.
Yeah.
He's a whoremonger. And
Yeah.
he's sitting up
In
here
every
talking,
aspect of the word.
and he's sitting up here complaining about how difficult things are. Bro, no, it's difficult because you want it to be difficult. You're saying, because my thing is this: Eric is where he is because of his own choices. Nobody made him take Quinn back. Him and Quinn could have been over, done, and dusted, and he could have been rolling around with Donna in the Forrester mansion out in the open as a single man, if that's what he wanted. He's the one who tore up the divorce papers after they were signed. And I guarantee you that is exactly what is going to come to mind when Quinn realizes just how big of a mug she's been this entire time. Like, you didn't divorce me when I signed the divorce papers. Then you sat up here and gave me permission to go sleep with Carter because you couldn't get it up. Then you wanted to close the whole book. Because here's the thing: this has been a year-long exercise in Eric being an inconsistent, whoremongering piece of shit, basically.
Correct.
So I mean, from the beginning, him siding with Brooke over his own wife, this causing a division in his marriage and everything. Then when Quinn actually does something wrong, because as far as I'm concerned, her fighting with Brooke was whatever, because you ain't supposed to be putting your ex over your current wife any damn way. So Eric can go sit down with that. So he contributed to that entire scenario. Then when she actually does something that is technically wrong, which was cheat on him with Carter, she's remorseful about it. She wants to fix it. He says, no, we're getting a divorce. She says, okay, I can't do nothing about it. I'm going to go. No, we're not getting a divorce. I want you back. But then I'm going to tell you the truth that I can't get a stiffy, but you can go bang Carter whenever you want because I don't want you to do without. No, that hurts my ego and my pride too much. I don't want you doing that. I need to close this marriage back up so we can work on us. But now I'm going out to bang Donna behind your back and just pretend. This has been an exercise in him being an inconsistent piece of shit and causing 95% of the drama in his marriage.
Correct. And that's why he deserves to lose is half of his shares and as much as the judge is willing to take from his nasty behind.
But this is what he always has done. He done this same shit to Stephanie. Like, he done this to her many times, make it seem like she's the problem when he is clearly the issue in all his relationships. Is wishy-washy feelings, his wishy-washy commitment to who he's supposed to be committed to.
He used to claim that Stephanie was cold to him and didn't want to sleep with him. She probably didn't. She didn't want to sleep with his nasty ass because he had been cheating for years. So
he also used to claim that she wasn't being nice to Brooke. You know, why everybody gotta go around kissing Brooke ass?
But he
can't. That's the whole problem.
That's the problem with Eric. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And hi, everyone. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, thanks for coming in. We've been missing you since you hadn't been popping since we switched from spaces over here. So we're glad to see you.
Yeah, I got food poisoning, and I've just been nursing that the last.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, let's just say, do not go to a Japanese steakhouse and let them cut octopus. That is literally not going to save your life.
Girl, they had a whole Simpsons episode about that.
Yeah, it is dangerous, and if you cut it wrong, you can get someone sick.
Die.
Wasn't that like the first episode of The Simpsons with that three-eyed fish?
No,
that puffer fish or something.
Fish is in the.
No, the puffer fish. The puffer fish. I'm thinking of the puffer fish.
Puffer fish has a ink in it as well that if it's cut wrong, it actually can kill you automatically. But the octopus, that takes a minute. Like, that's just literal poisoning that takes over time.
See, that's how come I don't eat that. That's how come I don't eat it. I don't like calamari either. I can pass on all that.
Well, I'm scared of everything that has to do with octopus or squid now. Like, after having to sit it for hours in the ER with having a drip, and as well as having every nausea medication known to man inside of me, I never want to see another octopus again.
I don't blame you.
But
So you were saying, what was you saying about we was agreeing on?
Well, my
Right.
point is Eric's biggest issue is that if you notice over the years, like even when Stephanie leaves him or any other woman and stuff like that, he always seems to have options. And that's the problem where it comes down to like without options, Eric pretty much is a miserable old man. And that's what they really need to do is like showcase him being truly miserable, watching his actions sit there and leave him allow himself because his kids have family. His grandson, his grandkids have family. So really they don't have any reason to live with him whatsoever. So if Quinn's gone and Donna's just not an option, he has no one. So
You know,
that's
they did show that episode when he was sitting up there and he was trying to beg people to come over for the holiday. And they was like, nah, we got the stuff we want to do. And
Yeah.
Quinn was the only one standing there by his side with Wyatt.
Yep.
yeah.
Quinn
And
was
that's the
there, just
problem.
like Quinn is there now. And he's not, Quinn is literally there. And he
Mm-hmm.
is rejecting her for nothing she's done because he the one forgave her. When he
Mm-hmm.
tore up the papers, that was a clean slate. So he can't go back on it now and say, it's not been the same. I just can't trust her. While you right here cheating on her. You're the one that's not trustworthy.
But
I
see,
just
I
blew up on
wonder
him.
I wonder once everything comes out, is will everything start to deflate again considering what he has to face the consequences with Quinn because Quinn, I love Quinn, she's crazy. I
Mm-hmm.
hope she takes a bat and busts up all his crap and then walks out, or something, because he deserves every ounce of whatever's coming to him. And if Hope doesn't tell her anything, she needs to read Hope, and she needs to read Donna and everybody else in between.
Yeah,
That's
that's part of the payoff that we should be, the kind of payoff we should get. We should have got Quinn in Brooke's face after she kissed Deacon. The way Brooke had, literally was telling Eric to leave Quinn and go chase after Donna. But we didn't get Quinn, to get back in her face. So that's the payoff that we probably won't
But
get that we should get.
But that's because Eric has pretty much castrated Queen. If she so much as says that she don't like the color Brooke is
mm-hmm.
wearing, Eric is on her. And that's why she ain't getting dick down now, because she had a conflict with Eric and it just shriveled him up so much that he couldn't get up for his wife because she had beef with his ex-wife. And like you said, Sam, ain't no man in the face of this earth is gonna let his dick go flat for his wife because she's fighting with his ex-wife. Like
Ex-wife.
Which makes
it
no
might have to
damn
do something
sense.
together, but he's not gonna sit there and purposely hold out on his wife because she doesn't get along with his ex-wife. Um, it's unheard of.
Correct,
Yeah.
because you'll see men with women, couples and thruples. They go out, the men break off, and the women break off. The women can be out there in the streets in the middle of the road, fist fighting. The men will be off in a corner having a good ass time, not trying to get involved in anything that the women doing. Period,
Mm-hmm.
because they know better. But Eric, at 100 years old, has literally allowed himself to get in his feelings
Mm-hmm.
because his wife dared to stand up to his ex-wife. His
Mm-hmm.
feelings were so hurt that he could no longer get a boner. And how dare his wife do that to his ex-wife and cause him not to get a boner?
And
And
Eric
that's
needs to
really
lose
it's
what
his
real
it's
funny.
shit.
all about.
It's real funny. He's saying that he couldn't get a boner for Quinn after she stood up to Brooke about her bull crap in her house, nonetheless.
Right.
But he sure
Literally.
was keeping boners up every time, and Stephanie stayed her foot on Brooke's throat.
Well,
It's
Eric right
I think
now,
it
this
has everything to
story.
do with because Quinn wants him. Like Quinn is susceptible. Like she'll still have sex with him. But if she was totally like Stephanie and was like, look, I don't even want nothing to do with no penis, he'll be he'll be completely flipped.
Well, that's the thing. He can't use the excuse that he used to use with Stephanie. He can't say that Stephanie won't sleep. Quinn won't sleep with him. We all
Right.
know that Quinn is very sexually active, and
Exactly.
according to Carter, she puts it down. So this is not. Eric can't complain that he has a wife that isn't being warm to him. Quinn is being everything.
She's
She's
practically begging
available.
the man.
Exactly. She's making herself available sexually and emotionally. She's availing herself to his family, trying to make inroads. She's doing everything a wife's supposed to do. And what he's doing is atrocious.
It
It's
is.
9:59. I'm gonna leave it on that with his
I
nasty
wonder
behind.
though. Well, see, I wonder when it all comes out, is that when he's gonna have the highest attraction to her right then and there? Because that's what attracted him to Quinn in the first place. It was her fire,
Yep.
And
Yep.
when she comes out swinging, I wonder if that's really what's gonna reignite it, and then really close the door on Donna anyway.
Well, see, this is what I have been not wanting to say because I know everybody wants Porter anyway. I don't feel that this is going to be the end of Quinn and Eric because of how fiercely for the past few weeks they have Quinn saying nothing but how committed she is to Eric.
And it's gonna backfire. It's going.
It might, but listen,
that bubble gonna pop as soon as she realizes. But that's the thing you got to realize, Sam. When Quinn realizes the exact depth of how much of a fool Eric has treated her by,
it's not going to change her feelings for Eric on the day.
Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between your husband cheating on you, because let's be fair, she did step out on him with Carter once. But the thing is, when she realizes that these pickleball meets were a cover for that, she's gonna start doing the math in her head.
I agree.
And she gonna realize
I agree with all that. I just do not believe that this is going to be the end of Quinn and Eric.
I do.
I do think he'll be begging.
I think they're gonna be. He will be begging.
Yeah,
correct.
Because it wasn't only her fire that he was attracted to; it was also her talent. And none of that is gone. None of that is gone. All that is just seeping under the fire. It's just seeping under the surface. And when they come out, she don't want nothing to do with Eric.
And when she leaves him, that's when he's going to want her.
Yep.
Exactly. But the problem is she's gonna have every reason in the world to not want him at all.
Exactly.
Now, when has that stopped any woman on Bold from doing the right thing and making the right choice?
Oh no, that's gonna free her to do what she's been trying to do.
This is not. I'm not looking for this to play out like a Tyler Perry play, where she go back to her husband and try to make it work. Shit on that.
And she gonna walk up the mountain this time. She gonna walk up the mountain by herself because he made her walk instead of letting her sit in the car when he was driving.
And not with Carter in the shadows, baby, knowing damn well that man still wants her as much as she wants him. She don't have a marriage to save no more.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I would be right on with you if I would have seen more of Quinn yearning for Carter. Yep, we saw her remember sex and what did he do?
Did you see her fantasizing about him?
But also she immediately said, "Stop it, Quinn." Even though she wants him, she is mentally and committed to the Eric.
Because she's suppressing them feelings.
Exactly.
Once
that gets suppressing them, she's denying herself to them.
Exactly.
She's making a choice like an adult woman would do. She has this. She's in marriage, but she met a guy. She fell in love with him. She fell in love with the D. But she's made her mind up. She's committed to stay married.
Because she thinks her husband is faithful to her. When she finds out that he's anything but, that commitment is gonna go up in smoke. Like the show.
On that note, I think we're gonna end.
All right, yeah, because it's 9:02. We
went into overtime.
2 hours.
The music was nice.
It was. The hearing for tomorrow has been postponed, so we should have the show free and clear.
Fantastic. See you tomorrow night.
Good night, ladies and Reginald.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Good night, y'all. Good night.
The phone's with us too, so good night.
Right. Everyone, you have a wonderful evening.
Y'all see y'all back here tomorrow.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.
Nice.